Well, sure is good on the stream. Thank you.
Welcome to the show. Web3 Exposed is officially live. We go live every single day right here on X and Twitch. 7:30 is the time, but we normally go live at 7 o'clock Eastern. Appreciate you guys pulling up. It is a beautiful day, beautiful evening. I hope you had a good day. Market's looking exciting, if you ask me. Markets are looking exciting. I have a bet. I have a wager. No pun intended, but I do have a wager on at least 10 more casinos coming out in the next, 60 to 120 days. And it's absolutely by some of the biggest and most known brands in our space that used to promise us marketplaces, wallets, all types of things. I get it. We got to pivot. We got to pivot to the gamble. Bear market, that's always going to happen. There's literally only going to be fucking gambling because that's the only thing that drives volume when there's nothing to look forward to. I'm not saying this that way.
By the way, that's great. We have
Trump in office. We have crime as illegal. So of course, there's a lot of shit that's flying under the radar. It is what it is. Don't get caught with your pants down. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't get caught with your pants down. Yeah. Anyway, welcome to the show. We're gonna jump right into it. Will has a beautiful chart on the stream right now. So if you want to get on the stream and check that out so you can follow along a lot better, highly recommend you doing so. We are very, very, very grateful and blessed to have somebody as articulate and willing as Will to go the chart. He doesn't have a coin. He doesn't have anything to sell you yet, coming soon. But no, for real, like he literally could be fucking grifting you, and he's not. He's one of the only people, there's like a hand, one fucking hand of people in our little space here that actually give information and just genuinely give it because they enjoy doing this market research and then sharing it with us and making it digestible. So shout out to Will for always coming through the family. Thank you so much. If you haven't already, jump into the Exposed Media community. It's right there at the tippy top. Quick announcement. Oh, fucking sound. But yeah, quick announcement. Today we released the OpenSea Challenger Claw on BZ. It has wild
things in it. Somebody actually just pulled a fucking
Luffy. What the hell?
Let me pin it to the top. They just fucking posted this. Crazy.
Somebody just pulled the damn Luffy card.
It's insane.
Yeah. So if you don't have a BZ account, link in bio. Go check out the OpenSea Claw. If you're somebody who cares about farming OpenSea, you can use the OpenSea Claw, and that's also going to get you points on OpenSea and also points on BZ. Win-win situation. Farm it, motherfuckers. You're going to play it anyway. You're use it anyway. Little alpha there. So check that out. I pinned it to the top. We got some Art Basel announcements. Beat Basel's happening the 4th and the 5th. If you're going to be in Miami, make sure you RSVP. I have VIP tickets coming out very soon, so be ready for that as well. It's always free to get in. However, VIP experience, it's VIP, right? You want to have a better high experience.
There we go.
Really excited. Hope everybody is ready for today's show. My cortisol levels are high, so I'm trying to. But I am excited for the market. I know a lot of you aren't. It is what it is. You're going to hear why I'm excited in just a few minutes. But I truly believe this is the best time to hunt for opportunities. Price-wise, your favorite coins, protocols, dApps, new products. I genuinely am having fun doing research
right now. I'm sure we'll do maybe. I don't know. But I'll stop yapping. If you guys could do me a favor, like, comment, repost the space, because I did not actually sell my soul. I didn't sell my soul. Guess what? So I have to work a lot harder to get viewership and engagement. So do me a favor and do that for me. Appreciate you. Mr. Will, welcome to the show, dog. How's it going? Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Give me just a second. All right, now we're unmuted. Yeah, hold on one second. I had to clear my throat. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of fear, but I'm actually seeing, things that don't look too bad. The funny part is like the post I'm seeing, like somebody posted today, Bitcoin's gonna go to 38K, and I'm just like, bro, like people are, again, just more clickbait, more fear the audience to get them to pay attention to you, and then when you're wrong, pivot, and that's atypical for Twitter. Hence why I don't really play around too much on there. We're steadily kind of holding 92, and kind of like what I talked about last week. If you broke 100K, it's lights out. We did get lights out immediately once we broke 100K. It basically just shoved down to 90 basically. But overall, the market's been pretty steady, kind of holding the range. We talked about the same pullback. Right here, 33%. This was 2024 from March all the way going into October 2024. Then again, we ran the same playbook again over here, going into December or November 2024, going into, April 2025. And then we ran the same playbook over here. Again, just another 32% pullback. Running another basically same playbook again, at least for now, or we're, 125 down to 90. That's not even 30%. That's like 27% pullback. It's not even 31% pullback. It's just a repetitive, consolidation range as we've been chopping up, because that's what basically the market has been doing. I don't see anything crazy other than it looks like maybe gold is topping, and I did talk on that a while ago. I did discuss that gold likely may see a top here. A lot of people are not in belief that that's going to happen, but I'm telling you, if you look at the RSI, very overbought, very overbought, and I'm thinking we're going to top somewhere around like this 4K range, and then kind of roll back into consolidation range probably for another 5-10 years, really, to be honest with you. Come back down to that 2000 and stay steady between 2 and 3 is kind of what I'm looking for gold, and likely that liquidity when it flows out will flow into other assets. And I think that kind of happens with comfortability too, right? A lot of people flee to gold due to fear, and then once that fear kind of settles, what do? They start to sell the gold and go into assets, typically assets they can buy and so on and so forth. I don't even think housing is really that great anymore, right? Average 2% per year, like 3% per year. You'd be better off with bonds. I think like overall, there's a lot of opportunity. I'm seeing like it's kind of weird, but people are thinking that there's only 1 or 2 things that are popping off. I would say if you look at something like Telcoin, for instance, right? Telcoin has been very steady, solid uptrend, holding the uptrend the entire time. Even since the bear market, right? So you got 2020 going into 21, 24, and now we're in 25, and we're using the same support range, steady uptrend as our bounce range. And every time you come into this, there's a really heavy bid into this this token here, and we're kind of playing the mid range, which is the bull side of the range, which is looking pretty good for an altcoin. Baba's looking pretty good too. Again, just looking for opportunity out there. And we've discussed already many times on the whole quantum computing discussion, right? A lot of these quantum computing stocks look like they're pulling back or retracing a little bit. So they're all basically retracing together. Again, this is the atypical with a sector, right? Sectors tend to play together. So even though these companies aren't even directly related, they're pulling back because the sector is getting a sell-off, a slight sell-off. But it's nothing huge. And that, again, it's basically a lot of things across the board right now are being profit taken towards the end of the year, going into next year. And you also have to consider too, a lot of people like to tax loss harvest going into the next year because it gives them tax incentives. A lot of people act like basically everybody has a hand in stocks, and that stocks, if everybody's fearful, everybody will sell their stocks. Well, I mean, if you look into stocks in general, crypto in general, right? A lot of these things are heavily owned by like the top, 1%. And stocks, I think last time I looked into it was like 90-something% of stocks belong to the top 1%. A lot of people don't know that. Do you think these people are really selling? Do you think that they're the ones you and I might sell, right? To kind of panic a little bit here and there, but really in reality, if you think about it, we're not the ones in control of the steering wheel here, right? It's really the top 1% that are in control of the steering wheel. A lot of people don't really realize that. They think that fear from, crypto Twitter can send markets into some kind of cascade. It's like, no, the cascades come when the top 1% decides they come. And that's basically it. And and those are great indicators of, utilizing tools like RSI and stochastic and stuff like that. And if you're using those tools, you'll be able to read the market a lot better. At minimum, I would expect some kind of rally out of this pullback. I don't expect the market to just tank down to like 80, 100, 60K or whatever, like a lot of these people are saying. You can see atypical. You'll usually get some kind of rebound once you kind of break down. And if we get a rebound, and I think that resistance range is 100K, if you get a rebound and resist at 100K, then yeah, you'll probably go deeper. But if you get a rebound and you break 100K, you're going higher. And a lot of people are not in that boat or that belief that that's going to happen. And that's okay, because I'd rather be on the side of paying attention to what's actually going on than, being some kind of belief that, somebody else on Twitter is telling me that the housing market's about to collapse or the banking system's about to collapse, or, this country or that country is going to basically take over the new world order and all this weird shit that people do on Twitter. But I would say just, stick to what the charts show you. And I can tell you, like, they're not super bared up. This is an atypical pullback. This is not only the first time, this is actually the third time this has happened. And again, if they want to pull it back to the full distance of the previous pullbacks, 32, 31%, that could pull you back into 86K Bitcoin. And you might be like, oh man, I need to sell. You're selling now 92 for 86. Like so it's potatoes at that point. It's not really worth the selling. Now, would we like to sell all ranges? Sure. But you need, really, as a trader, at least in my perspective, like you just need a more volatile market. And this market's been shit for volatility. It's been absolute just trash. It's just some random sell-off at some point, and then, consolidation for like multiple months in a row. And then some random sell-off and then consolidation for multiple months in a row. And the market just keeps climbing higher and higher and higher and higher slowly. And a lot of people aren't really paying attention to that. They're just, every time there's a sell-off, it's a reaction from everybody, right? And that's been the typical response. And it's like people need coddled. It's like, this has been a shakeout all the way up. That's all it's been. It just keeps shaking and shaking and shaking, and just people keep falling for it and falling for it and falling for it. Again, just look for opportunity. Like I said, like Telcoin looks really good. Look at the chart, solid chart. You look at, obviously Zcash has been running. We can talk about that one all day, and everybody says, oh, it's a one-off. It doesn't matter if it's a one-off. These are things that are still have liquidity and are still moving pretty well. BNB still in a solid position too. As weird as that sounds, that one's been doing actually fairly well, sitting at 930 today. I think it topped out around like 1400. Its retest of all-time highs like 750. Like, it's not even anything extreme as far as downside. I think we're down relatively about 30%. And now some people may be like, oh, that's a lot. It's crypto. Like 30% is normal. And then if you look at something like ETH, for instance, the only one that I'm questionable about is ETH, really, to be honest with you. Like, this one has to get back above that 3,600 range. That's the one I'm really questionable about. And if you look at something like Solana, for instance, right? Solana's just been playing the range. That's all it's doing. Like, it's been since 2024. We've just been ranging between, $200 Solana and $120 Solana. That's all Solana has been doing. I mean, it did top out around like 283, right? When we had the whole Trump coin thing. But outside of that, the main range has been between 200 and 120. If you were to just map it out. And usually it's like every month you can trade that range. So anytime you get close to 120, start bidding, sell around 200, and you could just keep doing that every single month and making money. And that's what Solana has been for, again, since March of 2024. But overall, I think people should be kind of looking, again, just for opportunity. I think that if you see a gold rotation, it's going to likely be in the stocks. I don't think there's any, or I won't say any, but I don't think there's much interest in real estate. Like, people are starting to see the writing on the wall of real estate as far as like upside potential. Like, you can only get people to pay so much with that. So yeah, again, just not as bearish as everybody else. I do think that it's a pullback. It is what it is. And I think the only thing that I'm kind of looking at right now that looks a little bearish is my PLTR, which I've been in since $13. That does look a little toppy too. A whole lot. RSI, you got a bear dip playing out on the high time frame. So it's kind of like you got to really read the writing on the wall, that could be a catastrophic drawdown because that could bring you down to like 80. And if you think like crypto's coming down big, I mean that's almost 60% of the pullback. We'll see if it gets there, but I'm definitely
what's the pullback now? What? Not even what? It's like 30%, right?
For PLTR?
Yeah.
It's like 20 right now.
Got you.
So, yeah. Yeah. The opportunity cost there is good.
Yeah. I was gonna say yeah, no, never mind. I'm not gonna say it. But yeah, I don't know. Isn't bear market pullbacks like 90% plus?
Yeah, atypical. I mean, recently it's been like 70, 80. So I think like if you get into like the 70, 80 range, you're probably likely near the bottom of the bear market. If that ends up occurring.
That's what I'm saying. We're not even near that.
And, I mean, I think we were at like 20 something %, and people are.
But overall, right? That's not a lot.
Yeah. It's like 27%. Like every consolidation range for the past 3 years has been a 30% pullback. Just people aren't paying attention. They're just panicking every time it happens. And I've watched the same characters that are calling for like 30, 40K Bitcoin on every single one of those pullbacks say it's over. I mean, I can't even count. And maybe you've seen it too, Profits, but I can't count the amount of people that were calling for a double top market. Like a 2021 was the top. And then this, when we got the 69K, that was the next top. And then they were saying like, oh yeah, we're going to sell off all the way back down to 30 and 15K. And those same people are now saying that we're going to 30 and 15K again right now as we speak. So I always find that interesting because it's like you've been saying sell since 69K Bitcoin. And, it hasn't been a sell since 69K Bitcoin. We went up to 125. Basically, you 2x'd since you first said sell for people to sell because you said crypto was cooked. And there's a lot of people who did that shit. And, now they're touting as if, again, just another 30% pullback, just like the previous two consolidation ranges. They're touting as if the next bear market's here. So I always find that interesting. Yeah.
Also, too, I was just talking to Clemente at the gym. He was saying how he's like, yeah, I was just in New York, and it's wild how there's like every other fucking ad in Times Square is a crypto ad. Luna. Sorry, that was a wild visual. Anyway, thank you so much for that, Will. Last question before I yell and curse out Zeep for being MIA. Are you buying any DGODs right now, William?
I'm gonna get NFTs a lot cheaper soon.
Oh, cheaper. Got you. Say less, Playboy. Appreciate it. Yo, hey guys, tune in, like, comment, and repost the space. Web3 Exposed is live officially right here. We are here, baby. We are active. Zeep, my friend, how's it been? I miss you, Zeep.
Yo, what more? None, bro. Just been moving. Right now I'm cooking dinner. I don't know. I've just been vibing, bro. The market has just been doing what it's gonna do, bro. And I stabled up in the 200s. So like,
I was gonna say like recently, like October.
I stabled when it tapped like the 230, 250 range when it bounded up there. I stabled a lot, and then I rode down when it rode down initially, and then bounced back up to like that 205 or whatever, and then I stabled there again. So I've just been kind of riding, and then what I've been having fun because I'm toxic. I like volatility, right? So like I like to be a touch sometimes. So I've just been like playing around with like little fucking shorts and longs here and there, like. If I win some, cool. If I don't, whatever. Like I'm safe. Like I'm safe who like compared to people who rode 250 back all the way down to these levels. Like I have enough degen liquid to play around while nobody else is kind of playing around. So this is the times where I kind of like swing on little like 5Xs, 10Xs, 20Xs if I'm feeling spicy or whatever. But nah, man, just been chilling in the new pad. Downtown, I don't really want to say it on the space, but yeah, chilling. We're in a whole new area. You got to come by because this area is popping, bro. There's like a lot of nice little mom and pop restaurants, nice little bars, and it's quiet, bro. Like super quiet. It's I've been liking the not being so busy all the time. I will say that.
I like that you pointed out, like, now that there's not a lot, because there's not a lot of PvP right now, and a lot of people aren't looking at that either. Like, there is a lot of opportunity with little PvP, which makes it much easier to make money. And I think a lot of people aren't looking at it as opportunity. They're just looking forward to the next bear market and trying to just like stack cash. But it's like you can play ranges. You can also run shorts and longs as you're getting bounces.
Rides all the way down, and there's different rides all the way up. You like what's that saying Forrest Gump said? Will life's like a box of chocolates?
Yeah.
I like buggers, and some days bad, and some days good. Overall, it's never a loss. It's always a loss. We just keep making money.
The weird part is like nothing's truly collapsed. But people, have just keep calling for bear market. Like, where's Solana collapsed? Where's ETH collapsed? I could show you the range it's been sitting between, but I don't see a collapse in these markets. That's why I get so confused by people's posts. It's like, dude, show me a collapse across the board. Like, if you're saying Bitcoin collapsed, that's an atypical pullback from every other year that we've been in crypto, basically the past 3 years.
When I hear people use the word collapse, what I really hear when I listen, because I try my best to listen, not just hear folks, but when they use the word collapse right now, what I listen to and what I hear from listening is that they were overexposed and they didn't time out what they needed to time out. Their fear and their greed amalgamated into one notion of stagnation of port, and that's what happened. Because, like, honestly, bro, things have been kind of holding their nuts. I know we're down here at 140 SOL, 3,000 ETH, sub 100K Bitcoin, but honestly, everything needs to cool down, bro. It's 30% isn't anything. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm comfy in these positions because it makes me more confident in the market when they cool down as much as they did and they hold their nuts as much as they're holding their nuts. So, I mean, even if we went lower, that doesn't mean that lower doesn't mean bad. I mean, it's the way you perceive things, right? I don't know, bro. We can literally talk market chop like that all day, but I think it's in the eye of the beholder ultimately, and you got to do what you can do and maximize the tools that you have at hand, whether that's your patience, your timing, the technique. I don't know. You need to, when you start screenshotting or being happy that you made money, that's the time you need to fucking.
That was me the other day taking profits on Zcash. That's a fact. That's so fucking on point.
I literally did the same thing, sis. Deadass, I have my little widget on my iPhone. And so, like, on my home screen, when I just swipe to the left, it's ETH, Bitcoin, Sol, BNB, and Zcash. And I swipe to the left and all the widgets are there and everything is like bleeding a little bit. And there's Zcash at like 715 or something. I was like, and I caught myself feeling good about it, like really good. And I was like, yeah, no, this is the time. And I took my profits and now we're chilling. So, and I got a Zcash late as fuck. I was dragging my heels on it, but we still made a nice little bag off that.
Oh no, same. When I saw it fucking crash down to whatever, 5, whatever, I was like, oh no, they're criming this again. I'm taking this. Good weekend trade. Ali, how you been, man? Good to see you. What's going on?
Hey, I'm good. It's like 5 a.m. in the morning. Just woke up a few hours ago. Yeah, it's good.
Nice.
I mean, I just hopped on here just to listen to Will speaking about the market. Where does he see the direction? It's perfectly was on point. But yeah, I mean, like I've been reading some things where this could lead up to like June or something of last year. But everything relies on the earnings report that's going to come tomorrow. NVIDIA's earnings report. That's going to be like the key factor for macros on the stock market. That'll influence crypto as well. So I'm praying the earnings report better be good.
Yeah, I mean, I think the AI thing is starting to buzz back up too, so that's going to probably push a lot of these companies more. I mean, as far as Nvidia goes and stuff like that, like I think these companies are pretty solid. Government's basically funding them. A lot of people don't realize that, right? The CHIPS Act is basically funding these companies. They're not going to really come down in any significant way. It's a consistent.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's what I think so as well. But usually crypto goes slow down in December. For the past like few years, It's always been like slowed down in December. So we're already down, and I don't want it to go more down and down and down. So yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to ask a wild question before. We'll hold your thought for a second. If right now where we're at with the market, right? And I know what I'm about to ask is you're going to tell me, oh, profits, it doesn't work like that. But just hear me out. Okay, where we're at in the market, and then we get some wild, like negative news, even maybe worse than the government shutdown. Couldn't that like take us into a bear market earlier if we drop down current levels and actually don't stay at the I guess support? Like if we drop down, I think what the next major support, what is 80K or something?
86.
Yeah, I mean, it would take us into a capitulation mode, right? So bear market, we're already in the bear market. I don't know even what to say. We've been in the bear market for a while. I feel like, since like the 10-10 crash, it's been the bear market. But then what's still happening is that we have volatility around. Like people are ready to put in cash. Like today, there was a sale on MetaDAO, right? There were commits up to like 100 million. So the capital is just lying around there, and they want cheaper prices to grab onto, things that are actually meaningful for them. So if they get Bitcoin around 60, why not, right? Even 80, why not? But if Ethereum, probably why not at like 1,300, 1,500 again. So capital is there around, but then it's just gonna, capitulate for a while and to see. But I'm just praying it doesn't take like a 6 month of capitulation. But yeah, bad news can give us like it. I mean, alts will start nuking down, but then there's always buy side liquidity waiting in the market. Compared to 2022, we have like strong amount of buy side liquidity that's just waiting. But yeah, they all want lower price, right? Like why not Solana at $70? Crazy.
I mean, Solana's been ranging for like 3 years between 120 and 210. There's been a consistent bid at 120. So it's kind of like, even if you want cheaper pricing, it's like, can you get cheaper pricing? That's the problem, right? You can keep shaking the tree, but if nothing falls out, nothing falls out. And I think that's kind of what's been happening with Solana. They just keep shaking the tree, but they can't push it below, to get it to dip below that 120 price range. They keep trying. I think the lowest they got Solana on that last consolidation was around like 95, right? And then like they could probably dip, but you have such a hefty bid in that range. It's getting really difficult to kind of push. And market makers they're not dumb. Like if they could see consistent demand, they'll push prices higher to wash people out if they have to. And that's kind of the issue that a lot of people aren't looking at. They're not looking at, market makers not being able to pressure lows, and that if they're not able to pressure lows, then they'll push the market higher, make you bid a lot higher, and then wash you after they push higher. And that's how you get like relief rallies and stuff like that nobody expects. And everybody's probably shorting at like 92K Bitcoin looking for like 86, which is really stupid. It'd be really dumb to open a short down here. And then just going to say it, like if you catch a short down here, you are 100% lucky, because like if you didn't short it above 100K, you can absolutely get rinsed on a freaking relief rally here.
On point.
I think nobody's anticipating that.
That was on point. Yeah. Usually whenever I lose money, I always go for that 5% arbitrage, 10% arbitrage, and I get wrecked most of the time. So yeah.
What Will and Ollie are saying, for the people in the crowd that might not get it, there might be a rally that might make Santa hose your ass if you try to short down here. Thanks for playing.
You don't get hoed.
Yeah, but with that, the way that I'm looking at that is that like if people know how to leverage trade properly, then they can just build a position the right way. Right? Like not everybody just gets wiped out just because they opened a short right here. Yes, you're not going to go into profit instantly, but you can still build a position and not get liquidated, right?
If you have enough capital. But the problem is the market has proved time and time again this cycle that it doesn't matter how much capital you have, they'll figure out a way to wash you. Like that recent long rinse that they did, right? They literally washed the entire all the longs off the board. And that's what a lot of people aren't thinking about. So they washed all the longs, they rallied it back up. They're basically washing longs again. And basically if they really want to, because what they're doing is they're trying to probably get people to stack shorts, is what I would anticipate right now. I'd anticipate that the shorts are very stacked on the books right now. And if that's the case, you're getting a relief rally more than likely. That's why, like, as a trader, you should always anticipate a relief rally. Even if the market is going to go into a bear market, it usually retests the breakdown. And the breakdown range is 100K. So I would anticipate they could push it up to 102, 105, anywhere's in that range. And if they start rejecting in that range and it's going to go lower, then you'll see the rejection at that 100K range, even if you wick past 100K. But the problem is like if you're shorting at 92, you're going to get liquidated. Even if you're building your position, they'll wipe you out. They'll push up high enough to get you. You could do a 2x maybe and just build it up off a 2x or a 3x. But if you're anything like a 10 or higher, you're going to get wrecked.
I mean, at 10x rate at 92,000, that's $9,200 it has to go up for you to get liquidated. So I mean, that would actually bring you at that 101.4 range. Yeah, like you said, you need enough liquidity and capital to hold that trade, right, and fill it in. But it is possible, in my mind.
And balance cross.
Yeah, cross.
I didn't want to say that word, Zach.
I mean, I use cross a different way. I only have one trade in the account and the amount for that trade, so it's a little bit of a different strategy.
Yeah.
Plus, you don't get instantly liquidated from the flying wicks. That's my strategy. It took my trading from 65% to 85% hit rate.
Yeah, I mean, I've used cross a couple times and had an entire account wiped out on it, and it took was a little bit of volatility and a bullshit volatility at that. Right? It didn't even hit my price range, but on the exchange it did.
I re-envision how to use cross, and it works. I can get it to you if you'd like.
I can look into it. Yeah, I agree, though. Just definitely never keep more capital on your cross margin than what you're trying to lose.
It's up top if you'd like. It's also in both your DMs. It does work, by the way. Yeah.
Thanks, Zach. How's your day going, bud?
Good. I killed it on grass last night. 4,000% on a 200x or whatever it was.
What the?
I couldn't believe they let you keep that open, dude.
Look,
how'd you get tipped off, bud?
I know it was down bad. They got an airdrop in a couple of weeks or whatever it is, January, whatever it is. So they're trying to move it, and all the Sol Maxis need something to believe in. So they went with it, It was good. I woke up, I was going to bed at midnight. I was like, I'm going to put a trade on. Let's do this. And I started to wiggle a little bit on BTC. So I was like, all right, they're going to go clean up before we go lower. So that was where the turn was, about midnight my time. Got in. It went up. I fell asleep without. I do not ever do this. Set a stop loss. I fell asleep without a stop loss, knowing I'd wake up to profits in the morning, and I was
wow. How you slept through the night?
I knew. I just knew. I knew I'd have to. I knew it was like a slow roast, like like a pot roast. I had to come back to it like a slow cooker. So I'm like, I'm gonna have to wake up. And my body's trained to wake up whenever my baby starts to pump. So I had to go check on my baby. All right. I'm serious. Like, I've woken up out of a dead fucking sleep because I have a wall with a projector that has one of the screens. If I'm passively watching it, I wake up like, oh shit, I gotta go. Like, it's gone. I could feel the money flowing in. No, I'm just kidding. No, but you can feel it. You can feel when it's pumping. You can feel when things are happening. And I wake up out of a dead sleep to a giant green wick. I'm like, close it. We're out. But I did. I woke up like out of a dark sleep this morning at 4 a.m. I was like, oh shit, I should probably take profits. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna flip out.
4 PST or EST?
PST, yeah. So they had moved it up to the point where it started to consolidate in the channel. So I'm like, I'm gonna cut this. I'll get back in if it bounces on the midday, but I'm not gonna wait for the open.
China woke up and you caught it. Very nice.
Yep. Yeah.
Very nice.
You gotta believe in something,
Absolutely. Absolutely. How about that Solana? When is Solana going to hit $1,000? Anybody know?
$1,000 on August 19th, 2020.
When they stop minting, it will hit $1,000.
Are they minting a lot?
They're minting the whole cycle.
And they voted for that. They voted to fix that too, right, Will? And they chose not to.
Yeah. Yeah, which is crazy. They need to stop.
What's crazy?
My bad. Go ahead.
No, And they posted that it didn't pass to resolve that. And like everyone's like, yeah, the printer keeps printing. No, bitch, that's why we're here. What the fuck, idiot? Anyway, go ahead, Papa.
No, I was gonna say it seems like the Solana account has been posting some cool things. Like I saw some partnership with Fidelity, things like that. I was gonna ask Chicago how his dating life is, because that also determines what market we're in.
I was just walking my dog at the mall, saw a really pretty single mom. I said, "May I meet you?" She asked me if I have a service dog because I'm retarded. It's not really going well today.
Yeah, this guy, man.
Yo, the May I Meet You is so fucking good, dude. Yo, Nick, shout out to Nick. He doesn't even know. He's about to be my content coach, bro. Oh my God. Dude, amazing fucking video when he went up to the girl and I didn't even catch it till the second time I saw it. I'm gonna play it in a second. I didn't catch it. He's like, "May I meet you?" And she's like doing a TikTok video. She's like, "Yeah, hold on." And then he's like, "Well, doesn't work. This method doesn't work." Like, so fucking funny, dude. The wildest shit goes viral, bro. It's weird.
0 for 1 with it. We'll have to try again another day.
Next time, bring a walking stick and some black shades.
Man, I don't know if that would have helped today, but hey. Maybe I need to find a chick with a walking stick and then ask her, "May I meet you?"
There you go. Oh, man.
May I meet you? Isn't that it? Yo, hold on. Any women in the crowd that are single, if somebody goes up to you and says, "May I meet you?" aren't you more prone to talk to them? Emily, you don't think so?
Hell no.
Depends on how he's dressed.
And his watch and his shoes. Yeah.
So hold on.
If I'm in Beverly Hills or Century City, you saying yes?
I have nice
Not
shoes.
necessarily.
I have nice shoes and a nice watch, but I was wearing NFT merch, so that might have been part of
Oh
it.
yeah. Then it's
Oh
a no.
shit.
Then it's
Bro,
a no.
Bitch, Fred, she gonna kill you.
The other night, hold on, quick story. The other night I was with a friend. We were, at a bar, just me and her. I went to the bathroom real quick, came back. Straight friend, by the way, not is just literally just friends. And this dude is next to her, and I'm like thinking it's her friend. And she's like, "Haha, no," and then like kind of shoos him away. And I'm like, "Oh, how was your homie?" And she's like, "No." She's like, "He came up to me and said to go sit with him." I was like, "What?" I was like, she's like, "Yeah, dude, like, what the fuck? What a weirdo." Like, I guess he looked at her from across the room and is like, "Come here." And she's like, "Haha." And then he comes up to her and then is like, "Come sit with me." And she's like, "Oh, I'm okay." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Wait, if he was fine, would you have went?" And she's like, "Yeah, duh." I was like, I was like, so it's just that can't be working. It's just if you got the flow or not. It's about the flow. If Will would have did it, it would have worked. You know what I mean?
Man.
Yeah, I'm learning.
I just wanted to come in here and say I got the flow.
What's up, Habibi? He has a flow for sure. He has a flow. Shills, what's up? How you doing today?
Hey, girl. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, thriving. Love the post you tweeted. I pinned it up top. Coinbase has announced a major event titled Product Showcase Coinbase System Update 2025, scheduled for the 17th. I actually like the Coinbase, the Apple approach Coinbase has taken with these keynote things, right? Don't you think that's dope? Like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they started it last year, or maybe even the year before that. So this is kind of like their annual big reveal. And for me personally, this is purely speculative, but also just from being in the world that I'm in, I feel like two things are going to happen. One, the Base app will launch globally, because right now, remember, the Base app is still invite only. So you can't get into it unless someone gives you an invite. So I think they're going to announce the official date when it will go live. And then I think that they're going to also possibly give information about the Base ICO launching next year, because I don't think it'll launch till next year. But I do think that they will also give the launch date for the Coinbase DEX as well. Those are my predictions.
That's exciting as fuck, dude. That's exciting as fuck. I also know, I'm not gonna say, I can't say anything. I just know some solid brands that are already established, already have PMF, doing real shit, are going to be building on base / already started building on base. So I'm very bullish.
And that's going to be some of what they announced too, is some of those brand partnerships that they're going to be launching and doing stuff with next year.
Very dope. Very, very dope. Quick room reset. If you haven't already, get into the Exposed Nation community up top. Make sure you RSVP to Beat Basel 4th and 5th here in Miami. If you are pulling up, you definitely want to be there. You don't want to miss it. You don't want to miss it. Your favorite influencer, your favorite artist, your baby mom, everybody's going to be there. You don't want to be the one not being there. Go ahead, Z.
Yo, that's going to be a Diddy thing.
I just wanted to know on that. One, put me in the group chat before you forget.
I just added you, fam. I'll tag you so you can check it, so you can see it. The new chat system is kind of, I'm still getting used to it, but yeah, I'll tag you now.
Oh, don't make me crash out on this again. the new chat updates, fuck. Yeah,